Welcome back to Tim Plays Fallout 4, where we have dropped back to Starlight Drive In. We've done a little bit of settlement building. I was thinking about hitting the raiders at Weldon Pond, but instead I did a lot of settlement building, kind of helping to secure Starlight Drive In, but I also got some decent experience and some levels out of developing Ten Pines Bluff and clearing the space between Ten Pines Bluff and Starlight. I wandered by Bedford Station and basically killed all of the ghouls there. That has led to Ten Pines Bluff is up to 4 people. Starlight, we just turned on the radio beacon and only have 2 people, but we fixed our supply line issues, got Sanctuary reconnected to the network. We've got Codsworth roaming between Red Rocket and Starlight. And I think, looking at our quests, I think what we're going to focus on is Greentop Nursery, but today we're going to make a brief detour. We're going to head this way, and we're going to drop down and pay a visit to Covenant, which is right about there, and hopefully be able to buy some legendary gear. Flipping back to our armor here, we did pick up a champion's left arm and the wastelander's right leg for a couple more legendary items. I picked those up from Lucas Miller. He was up at Ten Pines Bluff, and so I gave my old gear to Preston because he was getting dropped by really simple stuff, like one hit from a ghoul would knock him on his butt. His duster just does not have the armor that I need my companion to have. So we will head out this way. He is doing decent damage with his souped up laser musket. And what this is going to do, we're going to come across and deal with the junk heap. And let's help them first. There's a couple of settlers down here. It would be kind of nice if I was able to recruit these two by helping to defend them. Of course, VATS is not really working for us. Kept wanting to target the settlers instead of the mole rat that is right in front of me.
What the? Not hiding this time.
Something's out there. Opening fire.
And hopefully we can
Still in one piece.
survive this all. Did we lose one of the settlers? Oh yes, there's more to come. Oh, he didn't like that. Oh, that's not good. Oh. It's hard to tell when they keep popping up and down like that. It's hard to tell exactly where they were. But I think we've pretty much looted all of them.
Hi. Huh? Yeah? Hi, how are you?
How are you? I don't know where his friends seem to go to. Hopefully they survived. But it would make more sense if, after clearing this place, if those guys would be like, hey, do you have a place for us to live? And I could say, yeah, you should head up the road. There's a radio beacon turned on just up at Starlight. Oh, yeah, see? Yeah, they didn't make it. That's disappointing.
Go. Another win for the Minuteman.
And of course, I've picked up some rabies.
You've got to have something there you don't really need.
Ooh, and some 50 cal. And we'll be able to trade this crap when we get to once we get over to Covenant. So what do we got going? Periodic damage from an infection. And we'll take some antibiotics. And we'll take... Need a couple of those. Eat one of those. And drink a little. Always important to stay hydrated. So that is it for these guys. This is a pretty good score. Now, I could pick up the T-51. I think it's T-51 power armor that's in this pond. I'll get that eventually. But first I think we'll head to Covenant. Which we can see just up ahead. I mostly just want to go in, get the quest about the lost caravan from Honest Dan. I don't necessarily care about Honest Dan, though. So here we've got Lucas Miller again.
Too many miles.
He and his crew have wandered
At least
down.
the pay is terrible.
Let
Preston
me
Garvey,
know if you
right?
want something.
You guys are the best. Keep fighting the good fight, okay?
So in order to get into Covenant, we have to skip. We have to.
Forget it. Here,
There's not really a good way to skip
it's
through
nothing much, but I hope
these
it'll help.
You
questions.
visiting Covenant, pal? If not,
So we'll
move
just
along.
deal with them.
You know, armed people loitering around. Not good for the nerves.
I'd like to visit.
Since you're a first timer, there's something you gotta know first.
You'll also
We don't
notice
just
that
let
I've
anyone
picked
inside.
up a
There's an entrance
combat
test.
armor
We call
chest
it the
piece.
safe test. Everyone's gotta
I
go.
should have recorded this It actually turned out pretty nice.
Interesting idea. Between you and me, what's the test for?
You know what? Don't worry. Safe is one of them psychological tests.
While
Just a bunch of
going up
questions you gotta
to
answer.
Ten
Wanna take
Pines
the test?
Bluff,
Pass it? I'll let
I
you in.
wandered across the raider chef known as Gruel. He's a random encounter along the railroad. And Lucas Miller and his guards were fighting him along with, I went ahead and got my shots in. And so he happened to drop the combat armor chest piece. So I've decked it out with Minutemen.
Sure.
Good. Take a seat, and we can begin.
Paint job. And we'll take a seat.
So let's begin. There ain't no wrong answers. You are approached by a frenzied scientist who yells, "I'm going to put my quantum harmonizer in your photonic resonation chamber." What's your response?
My response is that you're a Fonzie ripoff.
I wouldn't worry. If he did that, it'd cause parabolic destabilization of the fission singularity.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with the
Next
science
question.
option.
While working as an intern in the clinic, a patient with a strange infection on his foot stumbles through the door. The
Speaking
infection is
of
spreading at an alarming rate. The
Science.
doctor has stepped up for a while. What do you do?
I think one of the things that I am going to focus on for my next couple of level ups is going to be
Amputate the foot before the infection spreads?
Amputation.
it's going to end up
Next
being
question.
focus on
You discover
science,
a young boy lost in a
because
cave.
that
He's hungry
unlocks a
and
lot of
frightened,
the
but
mods
also appears
for
to be in possession
power
of
armor,
stolen property. What do you do?
and being able to do power armor with calibrated shocks and strength and jetpacks and things like that. I need another point to get up to 6 intelligence.
I give the boy a hug and tell him everything will be okay.
Then
Yeah,
I'm
it's
curious.
all gonna be okay.
Congratulations!
Really.
Yeah, you made it on the baseball team.
So
Which
one more
position?
point will get me up to 6 intelligence, which will allow me to start investing in science.
Designated hitter.
Are you certain about that?
Sure.
Never mind. Next question. Your grandmother invites you to tea, but you're surprised when she gives you a pistol and orders you to kill someone. What do you do?
I'd ask for a minigun, so I can do the job right.
Please treat the question seriously.
He obviously
Who are you?
does not know my grandmother,
Next. Old Mr. Abernathy has locked himself in his quarters.
because the gun she would give me
You've been ordered
is
to get
actually,
him out.
it would be a minigun.
How do you proceed?
Let's say
I'd get a laser pistol and blast the lock off.
And that is all you do? Nothing else?
sure.
Wait, don't answer. Next. Oh no. You've been exposed to radiation and a mutated hand has grown out of your stomach. What's the best course of treatment?
I'd cut off the mutated tissue with a precision laser.
Technological bias. A neighbor is in possession of a Grognak the Barbarian.
Well,
copy,
otherwise,
issue number 1.
the
You
non-tech method would
What's the
be
best way
I
to
drink a
obtain
bottle of whiskey and bite down on some leather and use a rusty fork to saw it off.
I'd trade him for one of the comic books I own.
You're almost done. Last question. You decide it would be fun to play a prank on your father. You enter his private restroom when no one is looking, and
I'd put a firecracker in his toilet.
Of course.
That never gets old.
test's over. No one's ever answered quite like you. But hey, you passed. I'll open up the gate.
Ooh. All right. Open the doors for me there, bud. It'll be a shame when I have to eradicate this place later.
This place seems to be doing all right on its own.
Caravan came a few days back.
Makes you wonder what kind of
Patrolman
deals they
Stockton.
What? Oh,
Solid, right?
what did Preston not like?
I don't recollect. We get a lot of traffic. This isn't Diamond City. A caravan of 5 comes through, you'd remember.
Then they must not have come through. Say, wouldn't you rather have a lemon?
My job here isn't drinking lemonade. I know for a fact they came here. Why the brush off?
I want to help, mister, but I really don't recollect.
Mark my words. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Good day to you.
You from around here? God, I hope not. I've had enough of these hicks.
We'll just say.
I'm just passing through.
My advice is pass through sooner than later. You know anything about Stockton's caravan?
A caravan? I'm not really the trader type.
Well, this isn't about trade. I signed on with old man Stockton to find his lost caravan. What's left
Thought
of
things
it
were a
is
little
just
bit
outside of
too
town.
quiet.
The last stop was here, so I've been trying to put together the story. But I keep getting the runaround. Got a proposal for you. Help me find Stockton's people, and we split the reward. At least one survivor walked out of that massacre. And I intend to make good on my contract.
Sounds fair. I'm in.
Here's all I got on the caravan. I don't got proof, but Covenant's involved. Somehow. I'll keep poking around, but let me know if you find anything.
All right. Okay.
After a long day, nothing beats Deezer's lemonade.
Hey, Deezer.
Less rads, less mute fruit, same great taste. Try Deezer's lemonade.
I'll take some.
Enjoy.
All right. Free lemonade from that robot. I don't know. I guess we'll spare him.
The leg's still on the mend. You have anything
Enjoy your stay.
We'll spare him and the cat. Alright, so what we'll do here... I'm not really ready to fight the compound yet. So what we'll do first is take some grape mentats. Which will increase our charisma. And we'll drink some of Deezer's lemonade. And unfortunately, I don't have any beer on me. That would give me one more point of, oh, I can drink that.
Understood. Any other complications with the injury? It's healing up pretty
Enjoy
good.
your
I'll
stay.
Thanks.
Alright.
Hey.
I hope Swanson didn't give you too hard a time
There.
at the gate. If you ask me, I think he takes his job too seriously. But welcome. Everyone around here calls me Mrs. Fitzgerald, but you, cutie, can call me Penny.
Nice to meet a friendly face.
You're in luck then. Covenant is the friendliest place in the whole Commonwealth. You'll
Oh
see.
yes, so
You here to
friendly.
shop? I'll make sure to give you a good price.
What's in stock?
You won't find better quality anywhere.
First, we've got to make our purchases. Because after we do the Covenant investigation work with her, I'm pretty sure we're not able to... So I kind of want the Justice, but I'm also not really doing a shotgun playthrough. What I really came for was the Destroyer's helmet. Yeah, we'll take that. That's really all. Those two things are her. Selling her the cryo grenade, and the pipe pistol and pipe rifle that we picked up. We might be able to get this. Oh yeah, we'll be able to. I think we will be able to get the Justice shotgun. We just need to Just need to do our trades correctly. I definitely don't need all of those. I think I have a crazy high amount of flares. But I don't really want to get rid of too many of them. We'll keep 15. Yeah, that ought to do it. And of course here we have Gruel's list that I pulled off of that raider. So now before our
Here to shop?
perks end
Do
up
you have time for a few questions?
For you.
end up fading,
Certainly.
we will go through questioning about the caravan.
Do you know anything about a missing caravan?
You've been talking to Mr. Dan. I don't know what he's carrying on about. He's just stirring the pot, if you ask me.
Definitely. He has such an attitude.
I know! He's so smug. And Dan thinks he's the one helping people. He wouldn't know the first thing about making the Commonwealth a better, safer place.
He should be thankful you let him in.
Instead, he stomps around interrogating people. If the compound did do something to his precious caravan, they had reasons for it. Better reasons than a man like him. You know, honey, I was just shooting off at the mouth. Just forget anything I said about that and the compound.
Right.
Let's go.
So now we can actually tell Dan, hey, they're at a compound.
Hey, Dan.
This whole place has got me on edge. I hope you found something on the caravan.
I found out about a compound. The caravan survivors may be there.
Great. Now we just need to find it. If anyone would know where this compound is, it'd be Jacob. He runs this town. But he doesn't have the best memory. I saw him once reading a slip of paper while entering his password. Maybe you can find that.
We'll talk later.
Okay. So the catch is, we kind of need to hack this terminal.
Pronto.
What do we have? Dealing with depression, the 12 stages of grief, and some self-help books. Quite the library here. This cell means business.
Okay, so what we can do is sneak in here and close that. End up hacking the terminal, but we can't hack a master terminal yet. So what we're gonna do in the meantime, so the password to the terminal is in this house, and we can break in, but Preston isn't gonna like that. So I think instead what we'll do is, let's go over here. Let's trigger the random encounter over here, see what it's going to end up being. And then I'm going to send Preston back to Starlight Drive In. Sending him back there, and just I'll be solo and deal with it that way. Got a ghoul on the ground. Just one ghoul on the ground. 4
Anything
ghouls
useful?
on the ground. Alright. And with those out of the way, let's go check on the caravan, because we can loot some decent stuff there and get a combat rifle. And here's where we find the scene of the crime.
The caravan was hit awfully close to Covenant, all right.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we've got some decent laser pistol. Short combat rifle. Yeah. Now, since I can't really count on
Deezer's lemonade, huh?
yeah, since
The
I can't
caravan
really
definitely
count
stopped at
on having Preston wander back to Starlight just by talking to him, I think what I am going to do is I'm going to end the episode here, and I'm going to wander back. Yes, I'm encumbered. I'm going to wander back to Starlight, grab the power armor, drop it at Starlight, leave Preston there, head back to Covenant, pick up the next episode there. We'll pick the lock, figure out the terminal, go grab Preston, and then hit the compound. All in the next installment. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes, comments, and subscribes. Feed the algorithm, all that jazz. And we will see you next time in the Commonwealth.